financial services industry has. But the entry point into all these three is very low entry point. It's licensing costs, certification costs, but what it requires is a mentorship. Because if you try to start on your own, it's a long, lonely journey, and many people try to do that. They try to be sales agents in this industry, insurance sales agents, real estate sales agent, and stock advisors. It is a very lonely journey for many people. And if you look at the traditional way of doing the business, 90% or 99% of the people, they start their career as an agent, and they leave their career as an agent, and it is a lifelong salesmanship job. And that's where we make a difference, where this is not a business or industry where you want to be a sales agent. This is an industry where you want to start your own financial marketing company or build your own company and make it scale up. Once you learn how to build one marketing agency, it's just a matter of expanding and building multiple agencies. The good news is the entry point into the financial industry is very, very low, and it doesn't cost. There's no major investment, and there's not many franchising fees as such, but it's just a matter of you having the interest. And I can extend a little bit more on that. What does it require to be successful? Forget about this industry, forget about financial space, Kishore, or anybody on this call. What does it require to become an entrepreneur? Yes, we all understand. Any business is very risky, because statistics says 90% of the small businesses fail in the first 3 years. 90% of them. So that's a pretty high failure ratio when it comes to business, and which is why many of us we are afraid to start our own business, because we don't want to lose our hard-earned money. But how can you compensate for that? How can you make sure that you don't run into business? And many people, which is why they go for franchising. Again, franchising means you're kind of borrowing somebody's, so you're paying a lot of money for somebody's experience, right? So bottom line, what are we paying for their experience, right? If you can get trained or coached or mentored by a person who has been there, done that. So this is my first question. That's the reason the real estate thing that I learned was, anytime if you want to start something, don't experiment with your money, right? And it's always a good idea to pay or to learn from somebody who has been there, who has done that. If a successful person, the first question that I would ask is, hey, were you successful in this industry? And did you make money? Or can you coach me? These are three important questions that I would ask any business that you would do. That these are three fundamental questions. Do not work with anybody that they have not been there, then done that. That's my fundamental rule number one.
So yeah, out of the three factors you mentioned, there is no major investment or very low investment to be part of this. So how about the background, right? Do we need to have some financial background or financial knowledge to enter into this financial industry?
No, unfortunately, because money is a language that anybody can talk. I'll make it very simple for you. One thing we all need to understand, when it comes to business or investing, it doesn't require any academic qualifications or any intelligence, because if you look at my grandparents, they were not educated, but they were still managing business, farming business, of course. I mean, they were agriculture and all, but they were still able to manage the money and able to manage whatever that they've been doing it. So at the end of the day, the questions are simple. When you're dealing with money, what is the investment, what is the risk, what is the exit? Simple, right? How much money we can make. So these are, when it starts a business, I'll ask 5 simple questions. How much is the investment, right? And what is the cost of the business? And what is the returns that we can expect? And what is the risk? How much risk are we taking? And what is my exit strategy? Because you don't start any business without an exit strategy. So these are the 5 fundamental points. Once you understand that, and apart from that, and what is the experience that I have or that I'm bringing to the table? Either we should have an experience, because experience, the reason is nobody's going to teach you business unless you're buying a franchise. Either your parents have to teach us, or you have to go learn from somebody on your own, or you have to watch other people in doing it, or you have to pay for the franchising, right? But it's at the end of the day, it's you who wants to start a business, and you should be the one that is taking the journey. And it doesn't require intelligence to be a business person. If you look at the world around, right, it doesn't require. Businessman requires what is that you want to achieve from that business? Why do you want to do a business? First question I would give to anybody is, Why do you want to start a business? What is your reason? Right? If it's just for side income, just make a little extra income, probably I would not do it. But there's got to be a fundamental purpose of doing a job. As Kishore showed you, I want to go from security to freedom. And this is my passion of building something of my own. Instead of building wealth to another corporate company, I'll build something for my own. That should be the reason. So basically, your dream should drive you. And then after the dream, your idea should drive you. And then coming to here, financial is all about, and we all probably already dealing with money, right? Dealing with money is not something that you need an academic qualification or intelligence. It's all about common sense. And the platform that that industry provides is pretty solid, where they teach you every single one of, they handle you in every step of the way. For example, when I started in 2017, I have no idea. I could not even barely spell financial services. Because that's how much new I was. Though I was working for a bank, I was more working from the IT industry, IT side. So I have no idea. But the support system, the system that I think you mentioned that in the slide that you had, the system is the one that makes the difference between, because system teaches you step 1 to step 10, what exactly needs to be done. So when you're working with the system will teach you how to do it in a methodical way. And that is a key. Whenever you're working, I would say work with the system, and that will take you in the right place. And the system eliminates the requirement of you having that skills or you having that intelligence. That is a part of the system, Kishore.
Nice, Raghu. So good to know that we don't need money. We don't need previous experience, previous knowledge. There is hand-holding who will be sharing the knowledge from the scratch and bringing anyone to that level.
Right.
Yeah, that's great to know. Without investment, if somebody is ready to share all the knowledge, teach, yeah, that's definitely a great business to be. And what is the?
It's not that it doesn't require investment. It's just that the industry itself is, the entry point is low. It's not that there's an opportunity where generally all these financial service industry, the entry point is low, whether doesn't matter where it is. And it's just more like a knowledge sharing and experience sharing. And if you can get that from the right people and right leaders, you're in business.
Right. So can housewives also because there are a lot of H4EADs or a lot of because of kids they cannot go to work or other things. Can they do it, Raghu, or is it?
I'll answer from two separate perspectives, right? First of all, all the 116 people on the call, to be an entrepreneur, there's no, in my personal experience and opinion, you don't have to have any experience. You don't have to have any knowledge. You don't have to have any background of becoming an entrepreneur. All it requires is, do you want to become one? Because I'll go back to the same slide that Kishore showed. Do you want security in life, or do you want freedom in life? Obviously, freedom is more expensive. I always use this example, Kishore. I'll come back to the answer in a second. Always, whenever people ask me, do you like to be a zoo tiger, or do you like to be a jungle tiger? And 99% of us, we answer, we want to be jungle tiger. And then ask, why do you want to be jungle tiger? Oh, it's freedom and it's this and all that stuff. Whereas, but I say zoo tiger, everything is available ready-made. And they have like a forest. They don't have to do anything. They just live like a forest in a zoo. And they have very vast areas, and everything is provided. Food is provided, shelter is provided, everything is provided. Whereas a jungle tiger, it has to fight for the food every single day. And while it is fighting for the food, somebody else is hunting the tiger. There's no shelter from the rain. There's no shelter from the cold. There's no shelter from the sun. And with all that pain, how much freedom does a tiger has? What does it do with the freedom? Not much. It's not going to go 100 miles and do something. It's just going to go in the same 5 to 10 mile radius, whatever that radius is. But the thought that I can do whatever I want is very expensive. So, which is why, there's only two reasons people move. One is paycheck, which gives us security, which is comfortable. The many people, 90% of people, they go to paycheck. Reason is, it gives the comfort. It tells you exactly how many hours you have to work. It tells you exactly how much money you get. It tells you how much vacation you take. It tells you how much time you have in the evening. And everything looks like I can plan my 6 months of next 6 months. I can plan because I know exactly my time and my money and everything else. But entrepreneurship is not going to be like that. So it's a completely different animal. But what does entrepreneurship requires is, do you have a dream? Dream of having financial freedom, dream of having time freedom. Then it doesn't matter whether you're a homemaker, whether you're unemployed, whether you're IT professional or you have a PhD, it doesn't matter. Because if you look at most of the top business people in the world, they're either dropouts or they don't have any major academic background, right? Right. And so it does, your current background doesn't matter. It's just that you have a passion to become somebody. Passion to become somebody. Right. So again, as I said, jungle tiger, the thought that I'm free to do whatever I want. The tiger may not go 200 miles. Probably it will never go that far in its life. But the thought is very expensive. Freedom is not cheap. It comes with a price, but you got to be willing to take that price because it's a journey that we have to take. Entrepreneurship is a journey. It's not a destination.
And is there any struggle? I know, right, there are kids of 19 to 20 also making a six-figure income from this business. Is there any certain age limit?
No, I think 18 years is a limit, but it's not. 18 years is where you get certification from the government. But I've seen people who started building their financial agencies much before 18. It's just that they could not make money until 18. They've done with parents and all, but they've really taken off well. And I've known one kid, especially on his 18th birthday, and he's already built up everything. When he was 16 and a half to 17 and a half. And by the time on his 18th birthday, he got his certification done. And then in less than 2 years, he made more than $200,000. He in the last 4 years or 3 years, he made close to $500,000 in just 3 years. Right? Because it is just about interest. Your age doesn't matter. Only for the certification, you have to be 18 years of age. But to start a business, until 18, you cannot really make money on your own. You have to be on the parents' name or something, but after 18, you can start building it.
Nice. That's good. So, what is the potential, Raghu? What is the potential in this business? Is there a limit?
So, financial services industry is very, very huge, and how much it is financial means. When I say, there's a lot of people probably may not know what financial services means. For anything to do with investment, anything to do with money, anything that comes under financial services umbrella. So I'll give you 4 different categories. One is stock market, right? When you say stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds, and all this stuff. And the second one is real estate, right? And how can you use real estate vehicles to build wealth? Third one is retirement plans, your 401ks, your IRAs, your rollovers, your annuities, your everything. There's an entire sector. And the last one is life insurance, and how to use life insurance for protection, how to use life insurance to build wealth, and how to use life insurance as a private bank, where a private bank means where I can use a life insurance vehicle as my bank, right? Where I have my own bank, right? So there's all these 4 sectors come under financial services, right? And to build your own marketing company in this industry, that's where the whole concept is. And you need right expertise, right mentors, and right leaders so that they can coach you in the right direction. And that's exactly what we do. And I, as I said, right, 4 years ago when I started, I had no idea about this industry, but somebody helped me coach. And today we built a company and we made about $50 million in the last 4 years as a team, right? And with barely investment, and as I said, right, the entry point into this industry is very low. And we started with barely no major investments, with barely some certification. As a team, we made $50 million in just 4 years, not even 4.5, 4 years. And that's an incredible achievement. And contrary to the belief, many people don't know that financial industry is so huge. Even including me, I thought real estate was the biggest industry before coming to this. And real estate, I thought, and when I was in real estate, I thought that was the biggest. Only after coming to financial services, I realized financial services is 3 times bigger than real estate and 4 times bigger than all your retail, all your franchises, all your fast food centers and McDonald's and Burger Kings and all these. Financial is 4 times bigger than the retail industry. And somebody was asking me how big is IT industry, and I was told I don't have this official information. Somebody told me that was $5 trillion industry, and I don't have official information to clarify for that. So you can imagine, and financial industry is more than $100 trillion industry, and IT industry is about $5 trillion industry. So you can gauge how big is financial. And my only question to all of you is how many people that you know have a business or running a business, successful business in the financial industry? And that answer that you give will give you answers that how much is the competition. Somebody was asking about competition in this chat. And how many people that you know are running a successful business in the financial industry? And that will give you the answer that you're looking for. If your answer is, I don't know many, that shows that there's not that many people.
Right. So even though the price point is low, even though there are a lot of mentors ready to train, why there is not much competition, Raghu? Again, just to add to that question.
Right. Basically, people are generally used to the traditional businesses where they can watch other people and do it. Say, for example, if I watch few restaurants and if I have an interest in restaurant, I can go start my own restaurant. Same thing, if I watch few people running a gas station, I can figure out and I can start my own gas station. Same thing with IT consulting. I can watch few other people doing IT consulting and I can start. But when it comes to financial services, one, it requires knowledge of the industry and knowledge of finances, and able to deal with people and finance, people's money. So it's a combination of 4 things: industry, finances, people, and money. So it's a combination. It's a very rare combination that people have. And second thing is, and money is generally based on trust factor. Right, when we bank with Chase, there's some trust. Chase Bank, there's some kind of a trust established. When we work with Fidelity, there's some kind of trust established, right? But when you're working with individual people, it's and that's where the big missing picture is, if somebody can handhold us in the beginning and take us all the way and help us to succeed, and that increases chances. Otherwise, starting on our own, and which is why if you look at it, in a traditional world, every person that is starting as a real estate agent, they can become a real estate broker. But many people don't. They retire as realtors. Many insurance agents, they can start their own brokerage company, but they don't. They end up as real estate, the insurance agents. And many stock advisors, they can become a big brokerage company, right? Like Ameritech and all this company, but they don't. Because they have the ability to make some sales conversation, but there's no platform for them to build a marketing agency, build a big organization. And that is the biggest, and we didn't have these platforms before. And now we have the platform, and and lucky me that I got an opportunity to make use of the platform and able to grow such big, from coming from IT, coming here and making, high 7-figure income is a very decent deal. And everybody, from our community, anybody from any community can be part of this industry and be part of it. But yes, there's a learning curve here. Many people, we want to, how do I put it in a better way? Many people, they don't want to learn the business. They want to just kind of invest and be passive. And many people, after 8 hours of long work day, they may not have appetite to start something, to learn and get trained and that's one thing. And second thing is, unlike any other business, this business requires experiential understanding. I'll give a simple example. When you buy a car, you don't buy the car based on the price, based on the color, or based on the model. You buy the car based on your experience. I don't think any one of us would have bought a car without experiencing it. So you need an experiential understanding of this business. Any other business like restaurant, you don't need an experience. You can get a chef, you can hire a chef, you can hire people, you can hire a manager, you can hire some waiters, you can put all these resources together. But when comes to financial, you should have that knowledge, and that knowledge only can be transferred from another person that has been there. So it is requires more like an apprenticeship, like coaching on how to build organizations, right? So it's just that uh, to answer your question straight, that unknownness of this industry is causing many people not to enter. That's a good news and bad news. And the good news is many people don't have the ability to learn. They cannot prioritize. I tell people, if you can invest 10 to 20 hours a week for a year, you are in the greatest industry out there. But many people I've seen, they cannot prioritize 10, 15 hours of their life for their future.
Again, just to add to that, Raghu, so I understand that they don't need to join as a full-time or something. Just they can spend two to three on average per day, and then they can build this business.
Yeah, just a little. This is what happened when I started. It was like this: 2 hours a day in the evenings, and maybe generally, you come at home at 5, 6 o'clock. And 2 hours can you invest for your future? And the weekends, maybe you have 12 hours in a week, and on a Saturday, can you invest 6 hours for the family and 6 hours for the business? And Sunday again, 12 hours, 6 hours for the family, 6 hours for the business. So it just kind of, we have to reprioritize our family time. And many people who start part-time, they have to prioritize their primary work, which they cannot ignore. But the good news is you don't have to let go your primary income source until you feel, you experience, you understand the space, you understand the industry. And I would say test try it for 100 days and then learn everything, experience it. After 100 days, once you understand the bigger picture, how much money is involved, and if you feel that this is your ticket for building a big company and making into millions of dollars, and that will be, and then once you understand this experience, nobody has to convince you whether you're in the right place. You know whether you're in the right place or not, and that's a very unique opportunity that we can provide. And that industries, and once you got to trust the industry, you don't have to trust people. You have to trust the industry and how much money is involved and what is required to be successful in this industry.
I think, Raghu, one of the major problems in our community is most of us are first generation in this country.
Correct.
We don't know about how much it will cost for kids' education, how much it will cost for living expenses, how much it will cost for retirement planning. We just look for, okay, today I'm making some 100K, it is good enough. That's it. And they don't want to expand, or they don't want to think about having that second source, or they don't want to spend that additional effort to make a better life, or to give a better life to the family. Or I think maybe that lack of financial planning or lack of understanding how much it needs for all these various things might be one major reason why many of them are happy or content with their full-time job, making 100K, 150K, and happy with that and working for next 30 years. I don't think companies will even, our salary will become 2 times, 3 times by even we work for another 10, 15 years.
Yeah, actually, many people, everybody knows that we're going to retire, and everybody knows that we're going to have, we're not going to have steady income for more than 20 or 25 or 30 years, depending on how long we live. And but the challenge this country, or not only, and especially for a community like us, where we come from a country where retirement planning is by design. For example, if you look at my family, my family and my relatives and everybody, either they have agriculture to go to live on once they retire, or they have some small businesses that they were owning, or they have some rental properties that they were owning, right? Or they have their kids that they can rely on. But if you look at this, we don't have none of those. I don't have agriculture here, and many of us don't have small businesses. Many of those don't have rental properties. So we have to rely. Can we rely on our kids? I don't know, because in this country, making kids making their own living, comfortable living, that itself may be a big challenge. And they're supporting us. I don't know if that's feasible. So we are in a very unique situation where we all have to prepare for retirement. And we are not going to retire for 1 year or 2 years. We are talking about 20 plus years of retirement. And we are dealing with inflation. We are dealing with living long because of medical advancements. We are dealing with market volatility, and we need a continuous paycheck. So if I ask one question, what vehicles can we use in our retirement period for 20 years where we can continuously grow the money without any market risk and having monthly access to the money? What is one vehicle that we can use where all three are possible? Growth, no risk, and easy access to the money. What is that vehicle that we can use? We can park the money and where it continues to grow, and I will not lose the money, and I'll get the paycheck every month. We don't have pensions in this country. I mean, pensions are long gone, and our 401k is invested in the marketplace, right? So it's a huge challenge, and that's what I said. Many people today, 60% of bankruptcies, 2/3 of bankruptcies in the country today are because of medical expenses. That's a huge number. So, and it's time we get educated ourselves on finances. And I'll give an example. A person who is making $100,000 annual income, a family that is making $100,000 annual income, in their lifetime, they manage between $5 to $10 million of their money. Is it growing right? How is it dealing with market risk? How much taxes are we paying? Are we preserving the wealth from litigations? All these things we have to take care of, right? And if you understand that part of it, and then you'll understand. And I always use this statement: when the problem is big enough, and if you have a solution for that big problem, you are in big business. What problem that we can solve? So if you understand that financial literacy or financial planning or financial, everything to do with money. So one thing I realized personally, Kishore, after a lot of experience dealing with people and clients and partners and coaching and everybody, I realized people figured out how to make money, how to make a living, good living. But investment, growing the money, building net worth is a completely different animal. And what I realized, everybody's expecting one or two areas, but we're just using some general strategies. If I ask one question, where would you park your money from age 65 to age 85 and get that money, continuous income? 99% of the people, they could not give me an answer.
Right.
That's a pretty bad situation that we are in.
The financial awareness is definitely
very poor. I mean, we figured out how to make money, but how to multiply that money, how to protect that money from the risk, and how to save taxes, and how to prepare for retirement, what vehicles I can use now. So I can use a simple analogy. 90% of the money that we save and invest today, say for example, if you're 40 years old or 45 years old, 90% of the money that you save and invest, when do you use that money? After 60. Because we don't need the money today, because we have salaries coming, your income is coming, you don't need the money today. And whatever the money that we make today, and we save it and invest it so that we can use it later. So 90% of the money that you're growing, you will use it later. So when you're using it later, and when the money grows big, when the money is small, we're all running. And when the money is big, what do? You crawl. Does it make financial sense? You're running and trying to do stocks, trying to do cryptocurrency. When the money is 50K, 100K, 200K, you're running and you're doing everything. When the money is million, 2 million, 5 million, whatever, what do we do? What is the right place to invest at that point in time so that your money is secured and grow in the right way? So many of us don't have answers. There are a lot of opportunities out there that we can do, that we can use the right vehicles and grow the money in the right way. It's just that the knowledge is missing. Yeah.
And so what's the experience of the CEO or whoever started this financial agency, or where you are part of this struggle? So what is the authenticity, or is it
what is the authenticity of the business?
What is the experience of the CEO of the company? So I know you are building your own financial agencies.
Right. What's basically the company that we are working with, first of all, the industry is very huge, and the platform that if you want, If you want to know the names, there's a company called Integrity. It's a Dallas-based company. This is one of the biggest marketing platform in the world, right? In the financial services world, the Integrity company name is. And there's a second company called Hedgeman Group International. They provide the process. So between these two companies, they provide the platform. One company provides access to all the financial marketplace. And they provide all the, they negotiate all the compensation for us. And they bring all these products from stock market products, real estate products, retirement products, insurance products. So through Integrity, we have access to the entire marketplace. They have access to about 500 companies in the marketplace. And through them, we get access to that. So between Integrity and Hedgeman, they provide the platform for us where we can start and build our own organization. So basically, traditionally for the last 100+ years, this industry has been creating sales agents, Integrity Marketing Group. You can Google on that, right? This industry has been creating sales agents, and these guys have created a platform where and traditional traditional financial agency. If you have to create a traditional financial agency, it takes anywhere between 5 to 10 years, because first you have to learn everything and then you start building your own brokerage company. It takes between 5 to 10 years to build a traditional company. These guys provide a beautiful platform where all the resources that are required to build a marketing agency is provided by this platform. And we can use that and grow each one of our company. And the good news is you can not only build the company, we also have an opportunity to sell the company to Integrity. And that is the biggest thing that we can take advantage of it. For example, if you make $500,000 annual income, now we have an opportunity to sell our organization to Integrity company between 5 to 10 times of your annual income. So if I'm, say, for example, if Kishore is making $500,000, he can sell his company for between $3 to $5 million on exit, right? And today, my company, annual profits is about close to $1.4 million. That means today, Integrity will be able to buy my company between $10 to $15 million. And the bigger that you grow, the more it grows. So it's a very, very unique opportunity where they provide a platform to build your own marketing team, to build your own company. And they teach you everything, how to recruit a team, how to build a team, how to do everything, and how to make it into a sellable company. And that's a but to be able to, for Integrity to buy our companies, we have to make at least $500,000 annual income, right? But how long does it take to make $500,000? And I've seen people making in the second year. I personally made $1 million in 2.5 years, $1 million annual income. So it's a very huge opportunity for where people can take advantage. There's so much money involved. This is what I would say to everybody on this call. If you want to be part of this industry, this and this is very doable for anyone of us. If I can do it, anybody can do it. It's a huge platform and huge money. This is what I would say. There's a lot of money involved in this industry, and there's money for every single person that we can make. This is huge. Even if every single one of us work for the next 100 years, the money still not will be over. That's how big this industry is. Did I answer that question, or you're asking for anything specific more? And the people behind this have tons of experience. The person behind Hedgeman Group International has 40 years of industry experience, and he created a system, a process which was not there for 100 years in this industry, right? And that process is where is the power. The entire crux is in that system, in the process. And the good news is, the guy who created the system is with us, the process, right? And he's coaching us, and he's created all the tools and resources together, so that a person coming to this platform, they don't need to know nothing. They just have to bring their desire, bring their dream. I want to build something of my own in the financial industry, and we'll help them start their own LLC and start their own company and build their own team, professional team. And where they can have an office like this, where we have a huge office in Houston on I-10, and we help them build their own office.
Right.
Yeah.
So, there are a lot of questions coming. Yeah, just to give us another 5 minutes, and we'll I'll read out all the questions, and Raghu will answer them. So one thing about that, Raghu, about
Mhm.
can women do it or kids or anyone above 18, right? There is no such criteria, and anyone can learn because there are mentors who will guide them from the scratch.
Yeah, I mean, the mentors every step of the way, right? All it requires is I want to build something of my own in the financial industry, and I mean, I'll keep it simple, right? What did McDonald's do to this world, right? Until McDonald's came into the picture, the burger delivery was taking 30 minutes to deliver. If you order food, burger, any restaurant would take 30 minutes. And McDonald's created a system where they were able to deliver the same burger in 30 seconds, right? So what did they do? They still deliver the same burger,
Right.
but they created an efficiency in the process, right? A 30-minute burger delivery has taken 30 seconds with McDonald's. Now, entire world has adopted that concept. Now, every even biryani pot or any other in Houston and every other sector, retail sector, adopted financial franchising. But franchising was not very successful in the financial industry because it's a knowledge-based industry, right? So, which is why having that handholding is very important in this industry. And luckily, we have people, we have companies, we have platforms which were not there before, by the way. And we have it now where we can make use of those platforms and build our own company and with the help of somebody. And the good news is, and we don't have to share any profits. Each company is built independently. The industry has a compensation, the financial industry, people that do not know, the way the compensation works in this industry, they have a separate compensation pools for people who are making sales, and the separate compensation pool for people who are coaching people or having the agency owners. There's a separate compensation pool for agents. There's a separate compensation pool for agency owners, right? So we are in the business of creating agency owners where you don't have to end up becoming a salesperson, right? You become a business coach, have your own agency. Yes.
What is the entry cost, Raghu, to be part of this ecosystem where they can start learning about all the right, get that financial knowledge, right? Let us forget about making money, but minimum to get that financial awareness, what type of strategies are available, what type of various products in either it can be in real estate, it can be for retirement planning, it can be for kids education, it can be for insurance, or it can be for living benefits. There are so many, right? So what type of, what is the minimum or what is the risk they have to take to be part of this ecosystem?
This industry is very highly regulated. So there's very little room for you to make mistakes. And because it's a very regulated industry and it requires certifications, licensing, and everything else, and there's multiple level of checkpoints. For example, if you look at myself, where I'll have to take a state license, then I have to take product trainings, and I have to take AML trainings, right? And then I have to buy a business insurance in case if I make any mistakes from my side. And then on top of that, the companies that we work with, they make sure that we don't do any mistakes on our side. So there's a multiple checkpoints where everybody is responsible when we're coming together. And on top of that, I was coached by somebody who's been there, done that. So, and the entire business model is to reducing the number of mistakes that we do. Even if I do a human being mistake, and as a human being, we make mistakes, I have an insurance that covers. I have a $3 million insurance that covers. It's a pretty tightly knit covered industry where it is very regulated and everybody has to work within the rules, within the guidelines. So there's very less room to make mistakes. And when it comes to products, all these companies are offered by very top financial companies where they've been in the industry long. We look at financial strength of the company. We look at the history of the company, how long they've been in the industry, and what is their rating, and what is their balance sheet, and what are the products that they're offering, and how are they different from, and are they competitive? So we look at all that homework before we actually provide to the clients, right? And then now the client has an option, where the client can get access to all these companies, all these products, where they can get educated on each one of them and use and go for the right ones based on their particular need, because not everybody's need is same.
Right.
And depending on what their risk appetite is, depending on what their time horizon is, depending on then how much investment time, risk appetite, and purpose of the investment. And we bring the right companies and the right products to the table. So we don't have to be a salespeople in this industry. We just have to educate them. Hey, what is available in the marketplace, and how is it going to benefit from? How is it different from what you have? And any money that is not working for them, we try to make it work for them. That's all it is. If somebody is making better than us, I mean, they will. Why would they would not do anything? We don't. They don't have to do anything. So any money that is, say, money sitting in the bank, not doing anything. Sometimes some people put in money in the stock market. The money it is going down. They're not making returns. 401k money that is not making big returns. And any money that is not working in their favor. And we help them diversify into right vehicles and by teaching them the right concepts. Mm-hmm. So it's a very good space to be in, where they learn finances, they learn business, and they learn work. So the way it works is, Kishore, people that have a business appetite, they can go on the business path. People that don't, and it cost is, I would say with all the licensing and everything, it's less than $1,000. And people that don't have a business appetite, they can just utilize the financial vehicles and make the right choice of investments.
Right.
Yeah.
So to be part of this business, so just they have to pay $199. They can test the ecosystem, and if they see a value, right? As we were discussing, many in our community don't know the importance of saving for retirement planning or saving for kids education. Yeah. Many think like will and trust is not needed, or so by paying that $199, they are getting all this education first, so that they can see what gaps they have in their financial planning or in their needs. Then if once they see the value, they can build the business, they can learn, they can with others, and they can be another millionaire if they put their focus, and if they work hard, they have that potential.
Absolutely. Basically, the step number one, first question is, do you want to continue as an employee the way you are, or do you want to start something of your own? That's the first question that you start as. Because if you don't want to start something of your own, there's not much here. I mean, there's not, this is a business opportunity. We're not looking for, there's no education. I mean, there's education is part of the business model, right? And then you take access to the platform, which costs about $200. And then first few days, I would say test drive, right? Learn about the industry, learn about the composition, learn about the finances, personal finances, put your finances in order, learn about products, everything. Then you'll have a second checkpoint. Once you get familiarized, once you experience that, okay, I'm in the right place. First thing is, right now, today, you're not going to know anything. You don't even know a lot of information, right? First thing is, first you need to get your feet wet, right? Am I with the right company? Am I in the right industry? Am I with the right people? Am I in the right place? And to understand all this, it might take, that's what I'm calling as test ride. Do a test ride. I would say 100-day test ride, right? And first 1 week itself, you'll know a lot of information. But it's why I said 100 days is give it enough time so that you understand everything before you make a good decision, right? And then you take off. And then, as I said, the total investment cost is less than $1,000, including certifications, everything else. But you don't pay all that at the beginning. In the beginning, you get the access to the website where you can get familiarized, you understand, you go to the materials, and you have access to all the videos and everything else so that you can get started, right? Are you ready to a test ride? If you're ready to test ride, and we can help you.
So 199 is the max.
Is the max price to get started.
For the test ride.
Yeah.
Can you name some top companies with which you are associated, Raghu? Right.
Yeah, so basically we bring products from 4 different sectors. One is stock market companies, second, real estate, third one, retirement vehicles and annuities, fourth one, life insurance vehicles. So, and in the stocks, we work with companies like Birali. Birali Wealth Management is a number two according to Forbes latest research. And in the top 100 fastest growing companies, Birali is number 2. Right, and in the real estate, we work with a company called California Choice, CalChoice, in the California. Why, how to use real estate land investments as an investment strategy. right? How to buy and sell real estate land investments. In the annuities world, we work with the number one company in the annuities world, which is Athene, FNG, North American and all. And when it comes to life insurance vehicles, we have AIGs, we have North American, we have FNG, we have Nationwide, we have much more companies. But these are only a few companies that we are generally, these companies could change because, as I said, right, we have access to over 500 companies, and we're constantly looking at which company offers the best products, best compensation, and best value for the money for the clients. And based on that, these products could change. Because through integrity and through HGI, we have access to the entire financial marketplace, right? And products come and go. And so basically I can say that we are providing the products of the time, depending on the time, because everybody's competitive these days. And they're coming up with new products like cell phones. And we are trying to get the best from the marketplace and provide to clients.
So yeah, to summarize, Raghu, so basically there is an opportunity where anybody without any qualification, without any educational qualification, without any background in financial industry, who got a desire, who got a strong dream to make something big, there is an opportunity where they can enter with just $199, where they can access to all the material, access, right? How many more people are making good income, much better income than their full-time IT jobs, or they can see if they feel it is right for them, they can also get how many licenses? They just need one license, right?
They just need one license.
Right. So yeah, they can prepare for that license, get that state license again, which costs approximately right $100 to $200. So yeah, as Raghu said,
but Kishore, one thing I would like to add. Sorry to interrupt that. Because the entry point is so low in the financial industry, many people have a low expectation or low opinion on because when people put $100,000, $200,000, automatically there's some kind of a seriousness with us. One thing, if anybody is taking this business seriously in the financial space, don't go with the entry point. Just because entry point is low, do not underestimate the power of this business. Right. And because, as I said, right, just in 4 years, we all made $50 million, 50, from nowhere, from thin air. And if you don't understand the power of this industry, and which many people do a mistake of, it's so small, and they don't take it seriously. Back to you, Kishore. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, thanks for adding that, Raghu. So, right, again, everyone got an equal opportunity to be part of this business. Everyone, as long as you have desire and as long as you have that vision to become something big, and you have mentors like Raghu who already did it, and he will be training or he will be mentoring, and he has thousands of experienced professionals in his team, and there are many hundreds or maybe thousands who are making double the income than what their full-time IT jobs are giving. So in case if anyone is interested, you can write, let me put my Telegram ID. You can send me a message and I'll share the next steps, right? If you want to be part of Raghu's team and get trained by Raghu so that he can how to be successful. He already proved it within 3 years. From 5-figure to 7 to 8-figure is possible, and there are many under Raghu who are seeing the similar success. So you can send me a message, and I'll send the next steps. And I think most of the questions already right, Raghu answered. Do we need to sell it?
I think only question that everybody should answer is, you may have a million questions. I don't know, because even when I started, there were a million questions, because when we don't know much about this industry, it's obvious that we're going to have a lot of questions. I would say just come check us out, check it out. Right? I mean, that's what you do, right? And then you'll know more information. That's what I would say. If you have interest, do a test drive. And Kishore can help you to contact me if you have any questions, and you can email the questions to him, and we can help answer those questions. Any questions will be answered. I don't know, because if you cannot answer all the questions today, but we will definitely, be there with you to help you every step of the way.
Right. Yeah. I
So can I say one more thing, Kishore?
sure.
Right? And once you do the test, right, the best thing is you'll make a lot of money like us. Worst thing is you'll end up with a lot of financial knowledge and business knowledge.
Right.
Best of both worlds. Back to you, Kishore sir.
So, right, again, yeah, I don't want to take much of your time, Raghu, because I know weekends is where you are busy with a lot of meetings and other things. So, so thanks, Raghu. I know, all right, I know it's not only Raghu or it's not only a few leaders. I know hundreds of members from our community making a great income in this business. And right, without any educational background or without any financial background, just having the desire in following that system. As Raghu mentioned, there is already a system, step 1, step 2, just need to follow that. And if you do it, right, it is not only right to make money. We see a lot of families getting into those GoFundMes without financial planning. Lot of families not having enough money for their retirement. Not a lot of families don't have money for their kids' education because they don't realize that how much it will cost in this country. Not able to understand why, right? Why to plan for living expenses. There are so many unknowns because we are from a different country, and in this country everything is different, right? Many people don't know about will and trust. So it's not only making money, we are helping others by sharing that knowledge, sharing that information, so that no family, no friends of you will be in such situations like GoFundMe. So that's the best thing I like about this business. And so definitely, yeah, thanks Raghu for helping thousands of business partners, thousands of members to enhance their lifestyle, to enhance their lives with knowledge, with financially. And yeah, you are doing awesome. And thanks for taking time today. I hope some of our members understood like why they need to think about a business, why not to just depend on a job, why not to be just like a jungle tiger, or why to be a jungle tiger instead of a jungle tiger. Thanks, Raghu.
Awesome. Thanks, Kishore. Thanks for having me here, and people that have been on the call. Congratulations for taking the first step to be somebody in life. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities out there. It's not about financial. And if you want to become an entrepreneur, look for one. Look for something that you like. And if it's something that you like in finance, we are there to help you. But if you're looking for other sectors, continue looking. You'll find, and I think Kishore has a great platform where he can help you to find the right one, because that's what I think he does. He does a lot of community events where we bring the right people, right? I mean, not everybody likes the same industry. There's a lot of opportunities out there. And be on the lookout for what you like. But if you like financial, we are here. Thank you, Kishore. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining in, and have a great weekend. And we'll be doing more and more sessions with different sectors, right? Because some may like financial industry, some may like a franchisee, some may have a lot of money to invest into some hotel industry or grocery. So we'll be doing more of these sessions. But yeah, having that passion to do something is what is required to be successful. Thanks everyone. Have a nice rest of the weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks again. Thank you. Bye.